An ex-Missouri State University student is suing the institution for discrimination because of the fact that he was an anti-gay counselor that went against the ethics of the counseling department on campus and as a result was let go from his internship. So in essence, he feels that he was discriminated against for discriminating. Let me give you more details. Andrew Cash is the name of the student. He's a former MSU student, and he's suing the university for unspecified damages over what he says is a violation of his religious rights. A Christian, Cash decided to fulfill his mandatory internship course at the Christian-run Springfield Marriage and Family Institute. So essentially what had happened is he had decided, all right, well, I am not in favor of gay people because I am Christian. And so I will counsel gay individuals one by one, but I will not counsel gay couples, okay? So he decided to go with this Christian-run institution in order to fulfill his internship. And then the school realized that this institution that he's going to kind of goes against our ethics. And as a result, we can't have it. It goes against our policies. The degree program requires students to work at least 600 hours in a clinical internship, which must be approved by the counseling department. So anyway, he's suing because he feels like he should be able to go to that institution. The university says, no, your internship is now over because we disagree with the way that they do things and the way that they discriminate against gay people. And so since he was kicked off of his internship, he wasn't able to finish his degree, and now he's really angry about it.
Yeah. I love that he wants to separately counsel gay people. That he can handle. You know, they're gay together. Like, gay separately, they still want to hook up with someone of their same sex. Do you think that if you counsel them separately, they're not going to go engage in, like, sexual activity with other gay people? Like, I think this is absolutely hilarious and sad. Good on, like, the ethics. It's like a non-binding ethical charter that they have that everyone signs on to. It's non-binding, but the central thrust is like, here are the things we think you need to do to be a good counselor. It's not like you need to say goodbye to Christianity, you need to abandon any kind of moral code. They're like, listen, if you're counselors, you're not judgers.
Yeah.
And it seems like this guy is like, I will judge these people because they're gay. And the central premise is like, listen, there are things in counseling that we identify as some kinds of, barrier to moving forward in your life. And I love that the general Missouri State Board is saying, like, one of the barriers to being happy is not being gay. Like, that it's barriers to being happy are things, outside of that.
Yeah.
We're not going to judge people just because they're gay.
Well, what's the whole point of being a counselor? A counselor helps people work through their issues, and they're supposed to do it, as you mentioned, in a non-judgmental way. And so, yeah, it's extremely unethical for you to discriminate against people based on their sexual orientation, their gender, their race. You're supposed to be there to help them. So the thing that I've never understood is why religious people choose to do jobs that require them to do things that go against their religion, right? So no one's forcing him to be a counselor, but being a counselor means that you can't discriminate against anyone, okay?
Right.
You're supposed to be working in a state of equality. It's like Muslims who want to work at a grocery store and they don't want to handle pork. Well, guess what? They sell pork at grocery stores. So you're going to have to handle it. If you don't like it, then go work somewhere else. Or even better, this is what drives me even more crazy, when you have pharmacists that refuse to fill prescriptions for either birth control or Plan B. Well, then you shouldn't be a pharmacist, okay? I don't care about what your religious orientation is. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. You can't go and turn to religion to say that you're not able to do the job that you signed up for.
I get it. But like when you read all the like Supreme Court decisions, that this is where the rubber meets the road in terms of these protections and how difficult it is to really articulate where the law is. Because here, I get it. Like, there's certain things where if I don't believe something, I shouldn't be forced to do it. But, the kind of sniff test you're giving it, I think, is where we need to be giving that sniff test and being like, guys, you gotta get away from it. I can't justify a company saying you let that person go, spend extra money to hire another person whose religious beliefs allow them to do the entire job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, also, another thing that I always find really interesting about these discrimination lawsuits is when you get down to the bare bones of the situation, they're suing because they feel discriminated against. But they feel discriminated against because they discriminated against someone else and they want to have the right to do that, right?
Yeah.
We can't pick which groups we're allowed to discriminate against, okay? And so if you want to discriminate against gay people, well, then we can't have a system where that type of discrimination is warranted, but discrimination against religious people is not, right? Well, I don't want to discriminate against anyone. We need to come to a conclusion in this country where we tolerate one another, even if we don't agree with their lifestyles. Whatever, it's their lifestyle. You are signing up to be a counselor. You need to do the job that's in front of you and follow the rules.
And that happens with all kinds of jobs.
Yeah.
There are tons of people, and you talk to them, and college is typically where this happens, where they think they want to do a job.
Yeah.
They find out what that job is, and then they realize that they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I have an idea of what it is to be like a movie director. And then you get there and you're like, oh, wow, no, I'd rather be a director of photography because whatever my likes and dislikes are, fill that, better. And so I think for this is what this guy is just finding out what being a counselor is. And to be a counselor, you can't have that mindset that he has, where I think he thinks there's two options. There's three options, but the two that interest me are like, maybe the way he would counsel these people is like, you know what, I've heard your story. And my counsel for you is don't be gay. If you could avoid that, that would really help me and you through this. And the other one is maybe on a physical level, it grosses him out for whatever reason. I can't think about it, so I can't be as good at counseling because I'm just picturing you guys as starting a fire with your penises because I think people who don't like gay people think that's what they do. But yeah, I don't think I could be a sex therapist because I can't, because penis makes me giggle. I think this is a little bit more serious
Depending
than
on
that.
the penis.
But like, I would love to give this guy the benefit of the doubt and say like, I can't take it seriously when I think it's gay, whatever.
Yeah,
but no, I think you're right to say like, he needs to face the music when he's being discriminated against because he discriminates against people.
Exactly.
And it's a different kind of it's being discriminating.
Mr. Cash, you are not fit to be a counselor. And I think that your university made the proper decision in not granting you a degree. You're not allowed to discriminate against people as a counselor. It's that simple.